If you're struggling with a chronically tight chest and really frustrated with the conventional stretching and exercises and massaging that only give you a temporary relief, and please watch this video. And my channel is all about retraining your nervous system through a movement to change your habitual patterns, that is to get to the root problem. So I'm going to share a very simple movement lesson. And so all you need is, well, just you're gonna lie down on the floor and you may need some support for your head, but that's about it. So let's get right into it. So before you actually start this simple movement lesson, so first, let's just feel your posture and let's just feel a sense of tightness in the chest, right? And you can just move your body and look up and just turn your body just to notice how you feel. And as you are just standing or sitting comfortably. And after you're done with a simple exercise on the floor, a few minutes, and then when you sit up or stand up, and take a moment to notice a change, just a sense of the tightness and so forth. So you're gonna lie down on your back, and if you feel uncomfortable in your neck, and make sure that you have some sort of support underneath your head, but my case, I feel comfortable without any support underneath my head, so I'm not going to use it, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't use it, okay? So just FYI. So let's lie down on your back. And then bend your legs, and knees and feet are shoulder width apart, and you can have your arms at your side, like so. So this is a starting position. And go ahead, slowly interlace your hands and place your hands behind your head. And let your elbows just relax and fall outward. And check, make sure that you're not holding your shoulders or the neck tense. And slowly bring your elbows towards the ceiling without forcing. While supporting the weight of your head with your hands, and gently begin to lift your head and begin to look towards your belly with your eyes, and slowly let your head come back down and let your elbows fall outward again. But you're not really stretching your arms outward or pushing your head back or anything like that. So go ahead and repeat this movement several times very slowly. Gently bring your elbows towards the ceiling, and with assistance of your hands, and gently begin to lift your head just a few inches away from the floor, very, very slowly. Moving your eyes towards the belly, whether you can see your belly button or not, just organizing and moving your head, your eyes in that direction. Very slowly, let your head fully come back and rest. Let your arms fully come back and rest. And once again, very gentle movements. It's not abdominal crunches, right? So really pay attention to the pacing of the movements if you watch how slowly and how small and gentle that my movements are. So this is about how fast and how gentle you want to be with your movements. And very important, when your head comes back to the floor, and completely let go, and then let go of your arms as well. So you can feel the weight returning to the floor. You only do this very slowly, a few times, maybe 5 times or so, not a lot. When you're done, and you can let your arms rest, bring your arms back down, and slowly roll onto your side, and slowly come up and sit or stand. So after you're done and you sit or stand comfortably, and notice how you feel, the sense of openness to the chest. And this exercise might have surprised you, because you're probably thinking, oh, my chest is tight and I need to open my chest, right? So intuitively, most exercises, or most people want to move and really forcefully open the chest and just pulling the shoulders back and just moving into that direction. Instead, this simple exercise, actually, I had you move into more of a closing position, right? And then just coming back and letting go. And so tell me how you're feeling right now and any change in this area, in your posture, in your breathing right now, after just doing this, what it really seems like it might feel like a counterintuitive movement, right? Moving more into your pattern, right? But what happened is that as you are slowly and really fully closing and then coming out of that is slowly giving the time for the brain to let go, inhibit those habitual patterns, right? So constantly keeping you in a closed position. So to allow your body to fully elongate and lengthen, that is not the same as forcing your body and move into this position, right? While your brain still maintains the same patterns of the contraction, right? So you have to let the brain know that this is taking place all the time so that the brain can actually let go to allow these areas to fully lengthen, right? And this is just an example of these contractions. The habitual patterns are constantly taking place. You're just not aware of that. And then despite all the effort that is trying to open, right, and do that, but the brain is still maintaining the contractions, right? So you're stretching out the tissues, but the tension still remains. And then when you let go, you pull, your brain moves you back into the same positions. So the point is that these patterns this is really not just that tightness of the muscles, right? It's not as simple as just stretch the muscles that is tight. And this is why you always end up going back to the same tightness, right? Because that is ongoing, it is actually in active state. You have to move in a way that informing your brain, your nervous system of what it's really doing. And also you become more sensitive, become more aware of all those activities that are taking place, right? And throughout your day, a lot of daily activities are really facilitating, reinforcing the same patterns, right? And also, another thing to think about is not just the physical movement patterns, but also your state of the mind. When you are under stress, you tend to hold ourselves into these positions, right? When we are anxious, worried, and stressed, we tend to be like this, right? So if you are in the same condition, that is keeping the state of the mind in the closed position, protected position, then it really doesn't matter how much stretching you do to open up the chest, right? You are going to be in the same state of the mind. Well, the brain is already engaged in the same habitual patterns that is keeping you in the same way. So it's not a matter of doing more stretching, but it is really a matter of recognizing all those factors that are keeping you stuck in that position, right? So I found this simple movement lesson is helpful for you. So I'd like to hear from you, your experience. What did you experience from just a few minutes of doing simple movement, and how did that change your experience in your body? And if you are really frustrated with the experience of doing the conventional exercises, and you're still feeling stuck in your body, feeling stuck in your pain, restriction, despite all those things that you have tried in the past months and years, and it's still stuck. And please, I'd like to invite you to schedule a Zoom call with me, and the link is in the description, also in the comments below. And I'd like to chat with you, and if this is a good fit and for you, and would like to talk a little bit further as a possibility to work together. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, and please like the video and then subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you have any questions. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in next video. Bye bye.